Okay, hello and welcome to Searching for Pixels. My guest today joined YouTube in early 2015, late 2014. He focuses on the analytical side of games with indie reviews and has a huge range of videos on different topics. He is self-proclaimed on Twitter terminally chill, and from my Twitter stalking, you're a big fan of The Simpsons. It is none other than Mitch Kramer at HeavyEyed. Hello, Mitch. How are you today?
Hey, how's it going? Man, that was the best introduction I've ever had.
I actually wrote this one down. I made notes just for that introduction, and I'm not going to lie, quite a lot of Twitter stalking to to try and get some ammunition. So I hope it worked out quite well.
That's good. Yep. I mean, The Simpsons is like my favorite thing in the world, so you nailed that.
Yeah, I think we're pretty similar on that front. I do exactly the same, but on Facebook. And
oh yeah, same.
Yeah, it's just all Simpsons references. I've got a friend who the only way we communicate is through Simpsons references now. It's just every week or so tag him in it, and that's all you need. You know, that's all you need.
Yeah, just throw a few quotes out there, and they get you. They get it.
Yeah,
and that's all you need.
Oh, that's perfect. So, would you mind introducing yourself to us for our listeners, please, Mitch?
Oh man, yeah. Pretty much like you said, I just do indie reviews. I like to look at series and see how far they've come and see what's gone wrong in that series, or I'll find a topic that I really like and discuss it, like pixel art or guns in games or ROMs.
Yep.
Yeah, and self-taught, just sort of made my channel to learn how to edit videos, and now that's what I do for a living.
Oh, wow, really? So you initially started off not knowing anything about video editing and the like?
Yeah.
And just dive straight in?
Yeah, pretty much just got a very legal copy of Premiere back in the day and figured it out for myself. Yeah, I've always wanted to be a video editor, and this felt like the easiest way to get into it.
Mm-hmm. And so is that what you do professionally now, did you say?
Yeah, not my channel, but I edit for other channels and I make music videos, and I do some motion graphic stuff on the side for other people as well.
Oh, wow, so pretty much freelance.
Yeah.
Of course, if people are interested, they can get in contact with you regarding that stuff. Are you open to that?
Yeah, yep. Pretty much, yeah.
Perfect.
I picked up a new job recently with a YouTuber called Matt Muscles. So I'm editing for him.
Oh, right, cool. I don't think I've particularly heard of that gentleman. I did see on your Twitter you sometimes post about making new music videos or getting back into it. When did you start doing that music video side of things?
Be about a year ago now.
Okay.
Because before I did YouTube stuff, I was very heavily involved in music.
Right.
So I just know like a lot of bands and a lot of artists.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was like, I want to try this, I had a lot of people I could just ask to work with. So I was very lucky in that regard.
Okay. And what are you working on right now? Are you allowed to say?
I mean, music video wise, it's just my friend's hip hop project.
Okay. And
so I think that's all I can say on that right now.
Okay. And you said you're involved in music quite a lot. Are you an artist in music as well?
I mean, I guess like I used to be. Like I play guitar and bass and a little bit of electronic production. But it's been about 5 years since I was in a band.
Okay, gotcha.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Not so much these days.
Okay. And you say you're a guitarist. I'm going to ask you a question. I ask all of my friends this. Everybody I meet is my favourite musician, but nobody knows him. He got number one in the UK like maybe 10 years ago now. Jesus.
Oh, wow.
Have you heard of Newton Faulkner?
I haven't. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn it. I thought there was a chance. Oh, well.
Nah, I'm sorry. The streak continues, I guess.
I'll let you off the hook on that one. So, in regards to your videos, could you run us through a process that you go through for your videos if you have one? So, like, what would you usually do start to finish for your videos that you make on your channel?
So I've got like a giant Google document of ideas, and anytime I get an idea, I'll just write it down. If I'm on the bus or whatever, I'll pull out my phone, write it down. I need to have it down.
Yep.
And then whenever I play a game, I'll see if that can relate to any of the ideas I have, or if I find something in that game I want to talk about,
Hmm.
just, or then I'll come across a topic that I think's really interesting. So yeah, just the ideas phase is kind of like that. It's just a little bit all over the place.
Yeah.
But then when I am solidified in that idea, I will just write down all the notes,
Hmm.
research everything, and then put it into a structure that works. Spend maybe 2 or 3 days writing the script.
Okay.
Ask a couple people to read it over and see if it makes sense to them.
Yep.
Um, and then once that's all fine, I'll either capture footage, or if I play the game and the idea hit me, I'll have the footage recorded already, so that speeds things up a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, Otherwise, then yeah, I just edit it together and put it out.
And with your editing, because you're rather experienced in this now, let's say you made a 20-minute video, something along those lines. I know it's going to vary depending on the type of content you're making, but how long would you say it takes you to edit at this point?
A 20-minute video will probably take me 2 days.
Okay, right, gotcha. Okay.
I've gotten pretty quick at doing it.
Yeah. All my experience.
Yeah, I think my Mass Effect video, which is about 18 minutes long, I can't remember off the top of my head, took me a day to edit.
Okay, right, yeah. That was the video regarding Mass Effect being the focus of it being a theme of tragedy. A tragedy. Was that correct?
Yeah.
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 That was really refreshing to see a video like that. That's not a take that I've heard about before. About it being tragedy, but so that was a very nice take on it. So it definitely made me think about the series. I enjoyed that a lot.
I wish I could. Oh, thank you. I wish I could take credit for that, but that video was actually written by my good friend Sam.
Okay, well done, Sam.
Yeah, we had an idea like 2 years ago. Well before like my channel got anywhere. I was maybe at like 300 or 400 subscribers.
Yeah.
And he was going to have a show on my channel where he talks, because he's a English major and a writer.
Oh wow.
And he was going to talk about like the writing side of games, and just life and stuff got in the way. But that script survived those 2 years, and then I was left without like an upload that month because I was traveling.
Oh right, gotcha.
While I put that video out, and I was like, well, I don't have to do anything, so I just put this out.
And when you said you did traveling, where did you go? Was it a holiday or work, or backpacking while you're young, kind of thing?
I wish I could say I was backpacking while I'm young, but I'm quite old now. I went to the States, had a friend's wedding.
Yep.
And just decided to stay there for 2.5 months and see all the people I've met through YouTube.
Oh wow, great, yeah. Yeah, I suppose most of them are American, and you're in New Zealand now, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
Just literally other side of the world.
Yep, right at the bottom.
Yeah, and you talked about, this is a question I really want to ask actually, this is probably the main question. You talked about in your videos, with your scripts, you give them to other people. So I've been watching your videos, and I've been going on to the credits, and at the end, and when you give you say thanks to people who've inspired you and helped you. You have a lot of help from, I think it's Writing on Games, Mark Brown. I think it's Writing on Games, and and who else was it? You had another gentleman that helped you. Could you describe how the process works? So say you've got this script that you want feedback on. How would it work when you give it to them?
So yeah, Hamish Writing on Games, and I think Raz Butin is another person I ask a lot.
Yeah.
I should just message them on Discord and be like, hey, can you read this for me? And then, so the main reason I do that, I mean, I think it's good to have people look over your work and make sure it makes sense to begin with.
Yeah.
But I'm dyslexic, so I need people to look at my things and make sure that like it just reads properly.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if I just read it the way I wrote it, it would just be a jumbled mess, because that makes sense to me, but probably no one else.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, and the quality of your work is superb. I'm very impressed with the quality you put out. And
Thank you.
do you have a background in writing, or is it just something that you do?
Absolutely not. In high school I hated writing. I would often just not hand in any writing assignment and just take the fail.
Oh,
because and then this is something I found out later in life when I went to university and stuff, that I can only write about things I'm interested in. Otherwise, it just does not. The words just do not form in my head.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then I went to uni, and the same thing was happening. Like I just didn't care enough, and I was like, well, I guess I shouldn't be here.
Yeah. Yeah. What did you study at uni?
Audio engineering.
Oh, I thought you'd been quite interested in that. If you're now doing a career in video editing, it sounds like something you'd.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, and I know everything I know now because of that degree, but I've learned so much more since, if that makes sense.
Yes. Did you find the process of doing stuff more beneficial than university for this kind of thing?
Yeah, definitely. Because I lived in a recording studio for about a year, living and working in one, I just got so much more experience than I would have doing a degree. So it just made much more sense to me.
And when we were messaging each other about doing, this chat, you said you had to check about recording times because somebody else might be recording. Do you still live in a recording studio, or is that something else?
Oh no. I'm actually, because I was in America for so long.
Yeah.
I'm just between houses at the moment.
Oh. Okay.
So I was just making sure.
Okay.
The audio would be good.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you had this professional studio or you had a flatmate you had to not annoy. Yeah.
Oh no, I wish I had a studio.
There we go. And so you've been making these videos it's coming up to maybe about 4 years, possibly about 3 years, 9 months from this. And from that time, what's been your favorite video, the one you've been most proud of that you've put out there?
I always have two answers for this. Personally, it's my mental health video.
Yes, the one with Hellblade.
Yes,
yep.
Yeah, that one. That's just something I'm really happy that I did.
Yeah.
But from I don't know the other word you would say, but just from my channel's perspective and something that I've had always wanted to do as well, was Problems with Star Fox video.
Right, okay. So you're a Star Fox fan then?
Yeah. Star Fox 64 is my favorite game.
Yeah, is that called Lilac Wars in New Zealand as well?
Yeah, we've got the right name.
Oh, good. Because I always get confused when people say Is it called Star Fox 64 in the States? I think that's the official title, yeah. I'm like, what the heck? Yeah. It's Lilac Wars, what are you on about?
Yeah, I'm just so used to calling it Star Fox 64 now, talking to Americans and putting out those videos, but yeah, my cartridge says Lilac Wars on it.
And do you think, that video that you made about Star Fox is over a year ago now. Do you think that Nintendo are going to release another Star Fox? Because the main point you made in that video, correct me if I'm wrong, was that Nintendo were using Star Fox as kind of like an initial test for technology or an advertisement for the technology. So you got the Rumble Pack, you got the 3DS touchscreen, you've got the Wii U controller.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to release another one coming up with the Nintendo Switch?
There's rumors about it. I don't know how valid these rumors are, but apparently they're doing an F-Zero Star Fox game, which makes no sense to me.
Really?
They're not just making you F-Zero.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay. Right. They could have, I don't know, shoved him in as a character into, an F-Zero game like they did with Ryu Hazuki and that Sega All-Stars Racing.
Yeah, I mean, James McCloud, Fox's dad, is in F-Zero GX, I think it is, the GameCube one.
Oh, wow, really?
So the universe crosses over, it's fine. You just chuck Star Fox in as playable characters in an F-Zero game, but, I've thought about this a lot. it could work if it's like a racing game that has the R-Wing sections, but yeah, other than that, okay, so I'm going to give a little insider secret into this.
Oh, okay, this will be fun.
At the end of that video, I say something hugely controversial.
Yeah.
I say they should do like the platinum style, no R-Wings, whatever. That was just so people would comment on my video.
Oh, just making controversy. Oh my god.
And it worked.
Yeah, but it did. You got 47,000 views on that one. That's
Yeah,
one of your highest rated one. I'm just seeing.
That's the second.
Second.
Yeah.
Oh god. That's
I get comments every day telling me I'm an idiot about that, and I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yeah, feed me.
Yeah.
Share it.
Yeah.
Man.
But yeah, if they did like a racing style game with R-Wings, I would be wrapped. Like, I think that would be fun. But other than that, there is that new indie game that's coming out. I don't remember the name of it, but the Nintendo version has Star Fox and Star Wolf in it.
Oh right, okay, and they're getting away with that with Nintendo not
Nintendo's pushing it.
Really? Oh,
they're
nice.
like, yeah, because it's the Switch version that has the characters.
Okay, right, gotcha.
I can't remember the name of that game right now, but yeah, it looks okay. They played it at the Direct a couple of days ago, and the frame rate was atrocious, just like every other game that was shown off that day.
Yeah, I haven't had time to look at that Direct, but personally, I've got a Nintendo Switch. I bought it because I do quite a bit of traveling myself. So stuff like the PS4 and whatever is not particularly viable for me right now. And the one thing that I am looking forward to is Smash Bros. That's the thing on my radar is definitely Smash Bros. Are you a Smash Bros fan as well?
Yes and no.
Oh,
like
right.
I love Smash Bros for casual, like just hanging out with your friends and having a good time, whatever. Even though I'm awful at it, but the competitive side is just completely lost on me. I don't get it. I don't understand why it's a competitive game.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like I've watched quite a lot of Melee videos just for the fun. More like my favorite are the disrespectful Luigi moments.
Oh my god, I haven't seen any of those.
Oh, they're so good. Like Luigi has this attack where he does like a flying headbutt kind of motion, and there's like a 1 in 10 chance that the one he'll do is like super powerful. He sets on fire and flies across the stage, and there's just times where people do that across the map and murder someone, and it's so good.
Oh my god.
I just love how it's called disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. That's good. I like that.
It's the dumbest thing. Hopefully we'll see more of that when the Switch version comes out. But they've got so many characters. This roster. There's every single character from the old games plus more, I think.
Yeah, I as much as like I'm kind of just a sideline person for Smash, I am pretty excited to see what they bring out next.
Yeah, exactly. They brought out the I haven't played this personally on Metroid, the villain of Metroid. That's the playable character. Ridley, yeah. They got Ridley.
I got pretty excited about that because I love Metroid.
Yeah. What is your favorite game series?
Ooh.
Well, we'll say one of them. We'll make it easy for you. One of them.
This is such a cliche, boring answer, but Legend of Zelda.
Oh, it's a classic. It is.
Yeah.
It is a classic.
Like I've got 2 Zelda tattoos. Like I love that game.
Oh wow, nice. Well, what are they? Triforce and the sword.
Yep. One's a Triforce and one's like a Majora's Mask steam.
Oh no, very nice. Are they on your ass or where are they?
Both on my legs.
Okay. That would have been good if they were.
I wish.
And I just want to go back to something you talked about earlier when we discussed your favorite videos. My personal favorite video you made was the mental health in video games, because I have not seen that discussed really much at all anywhere. I've really thought hard about who has talked about mental health in video games, except a few people who made a few when Hellblade came out. I mean, there's a lot of video game videos coming out now about social justice warriors and women in video games, that kind of thing. But yes, it's an interesting topic at least.
Yeah.
And with this mental health in video games, you made a point where you said something along the lines of movies and TV shows. They're a forced perspective of a character and their way of dealing with the situation, and games are different. Could you describe how you think games are different to that?
Yeah. So there's like the obvious. Say you're playing Hellblade just because it's the example from the video.
Yeah.
Like if it's too stressful, I mean, you can just walk away and go do something else, right?
Yeah.
Like I know that game's got a pretty linear progression, but it's quite a beautiful game. So like, if you have cleared an area, you could just go back and have a walk through and enjoy the scenery, or you know, in games there's just other things to do.
Yeah.
Generally, most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas if you're watching a movie or a TV show and it's just so stressful, your only option is to keep going or turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Like, there's a good episode of BoJack Horseman from season 4, last season. I don't know have you watched that show? Are you familiar with it at all?
I think I watched one episode on Netflix. I really didn't give it a chance, to be honest. I've heard people raving about it, but I don't know anything about it really.
It's really good. I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
This isn't so much of a spoiler, but there's an episode where it's just like inside of his head, and like he just says things. Oh, what's the deal with swearing?
Yeah.
No swearing?
Yeah.
Wait, so I can?
Yeah, of course, yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So the episode's called Stupid Piece of Shit, and it's just an episode where he's telling himself inside of his head that he's a stupid piece of shit.
Okay.
And that's the whole perspective of the episode.
Oh, right.
And
okay.
like, that is something that blew me away. Like, I'd never seen that before. But that's still that like fixed perspective, right? Like, you can only go through what BoJack's going through in that moment. And maybe Hellblade wasn't the best example because she does have the voices, like multiple voices in her head, but
yeah.
Even then, you know, you walk away and they'll tell you you're doing something wrong, so it's all pretty stressful.
Yeah. And also, another point you made in that video, which I thought was, I didn't actually think about this until you said it, was Psychosis is always seen as a villain. So you've got the bad guy from Far Cry 3 about insanity. And they're always seen as the bad guy, and I never even thought about that mental health problem. To characterize it, they make the character bad. You know?
Yeah.
That seems like it's an interesting way that they've done that, and it seems quite limiting, really.
Yeah, like heroes that go through struggles that people go through would be so much more interesting. Like, it would just be something for people to latch onto, which is why Senua from Hellblade was so, like, people really enjoyed that game, I think.
Yeah.
You know, it's this very deeply troubled character, and a lot of people are like, yeah. I can latch onto that. Yeah,
and some games that I just want to mention that I think did it quite well as Hellblade, there was Oxenfree.
I love that game.
That was, I think I got that was free on Twitch Prime quite a while ago, I think. That was really good. That was a really good game. That one and Life is Strange. That's another one that I think does it quite well.
Yeah, I actually had a precursor video to the mental health one about Life is Strange, and how like the anxiety of that game was just so real.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Like, being able to just sit and change your choices as often as you wanted before, like, setting them in stone was so anxiety-inducing for me.
Yeah.
And, like, it felt like it was on purpose.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, they're like, you know, Max has some shit going on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So we're gonna bring that to light. And then the main focus of that video was the last chapter, chapter 5, when she's going through like the big black hallway and everything's really disconnected and it's very dreamlike and surreal, and I was like, well, this is what it feels like when I'm anxious.
Yeah.
So I had to pull that together. Yeah,
because you also mentioned in the mental health video again, hope you don't mind me asking about this, you said you suffered from anxiety. Is that something that you still suffer from, or has that improved? Because it's been a year now since that video.
Oh, it has been a year. Wow. I mean, yeah, so anxiety, depression, been like a part of my life since I was maybe 18, 19.
Hmm.
Um, but only recently, like this yearish, like got a really good handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't like to say that I'm past it or that I'm over it
Yeah,
because I don't think that's like a viable thing to say or have happened, but I'm dealing with it a lot better.
yeah, yeah. And how do you deal with it? Is there any advice that you would give for people out there who do have anxiety? Something that you found effective?
So this works for me, and I don't know if it'll work for everybody,
Hmm.
but like if I'm feeling stressed, I just force myself to go for a walk.
Oh, right.
Like, and then the start of the walk will just be like all those bad thoughts, and then as the walk progresses, it just clears out.
Yeah.
Um, like it's literally just clearing my head. Um, but I mean, I understand that everyone's different. Um, Seeing people helped, like a counselor, definitely was the
Mm.
best thing I ever did.
Yeah.
Um, and while I was actually in the States traveling, that really helped me.
Mm.
But again, that's just not something a lot of people can do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand what you mean. Or you could go see your sister's dog. Is it Piccolette?
Oh my God, pikelet.
Pikelet. Oh, it's pike. It's
I found out
pikelet.
recently that
Oh my!
pikelet,
Someone else knows what a pikelet is. You know what a real pikelet is? Like
yeah,
the
the
food.
little pancake.
Yeah. Oh my God. Someone else. That's amazing. Like even my friends in England don't know what a pikelet is because I'm from Birmingham, and like it's actually a thing there. We call them pikelets.
Oh my God,
But like,
I've met so many people that don't know what pikelets are.
oh my God, I think we're soulmates. We love Simpsons and we know what pikelets are. This is amazing.
Oh my God, yes, yes. Unfortunately, that's not the dog's name anymore.
Oh, dearie me. But,
Yeah, she has had like 7 different names since I posted that tweet.
oh,
It's
gee.
like Lola now, I think. Yeah.
Well, we'll stick with
So
pikelet.
yeah, that's what happens when you give a 6-year-old dog naming duties.
She makes very good choices. Tell her that. I'd stick with pikelet.
Yeah.
Oh, it's great. And you're also running a Patreon, and at the moment on your YouTube you've got 19,004 subscribers, and your Patreon you're making a very impressive £110 a
Oh,
month.
thank you.
It's
I actually didn't know I cracked 19,000, so thank you for telling me that.
oh, there you go. You can when you reach 20,000 you can hit a milestone or something maybe
Yeah.
if you do that kind of thing.
Yeah. Not really, but I usually just tweet about it.
Okay. And how's Patreon been for you for your channel? And when did you have like a breakthrough moment? Because you've been making videos for a long time. Was there a particular video or a particular time where you noticed a change from you doing this for fun for people really supporting you on this?
Um, so I'll get to the Patreon thing in a second, but I
Yep.
want to talk about the channel like growth because that's been a weird one.
Okay.
Um, I started, so there's 2 videos on the channel that don't exist anymore. They're privated, so you can't even get them unlisted.
Oh wow. Okay.
Um, I did those in May of 2015.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, and the channel growth was like kind of slow. Those videos are really bad. I didn't know how to talk into a microphone.
Yeah.
I just learned Premiere, and like I put out that Star Fox video, the first one,
Hmm.
which is about Star Fox Lilac Wars and how good it is with medals and high scores and things like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
And
medals and
that,
high scores. Yeah, I got it here. Yep.
yep, that was the first video that I put out that I was really happy with, and that pushed me over 100 subscribers, which at the time I was like over the moon,
Yeah.
ecstatic about. Like that video got 1,000 views in a week, which is just something I never thought would ever happen.
Hmm.
And then things just sort of chugged along. But then I put out Indie Games You Missed in 2015. And I had my friend Todd in it. And they got shared to Reddit/games, I
Yeah.
think it was. And Total Biscuit saw it.
Wow. Bloody hell.
And he tweeted it out. Um, so yeah, that was the first like point where like the channel got some like crazy growth.
Hmm. Hmm.
Which crazy growth at that time was 200 subscribers in a week.
Well, it's
Mm.
wow, that's great.
And that was the sort of thing that made me the growth, I obviously was happy about that, but getting recognition from someone who I had been watching for so long, I grew up watching Total Biscuit and StarCraft Community.
Yeah.
That recognition was just like, maybe there's something here that I should be pursuing.
Yep.
And then things just sort of chugged along nicely, I guess you would say. I don't really know the trajectory of my growth from there. Like, I hit 1,000, and then that took a while, but then I hit 2,000 really quickly. So it was kind of weird. And then about the start of this year, Joseph Anderson.
Oh, I love Joseph Anderson. He's so good. He makes great videos.
Yeah, friend of mine, he shouted me out.
Wow. Nice.
And in a week, I had maybe 6,000 more subscribers.
That's all it takes, isn't it? It's nuts.
Yeah, so ever since then, things have just been going along pretty nice. But it was, when did I put the Patreon out? I think it was March last year. I was at about 4,000 subscribers, and I just wanted to see what would happen,
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't expecting, this is it, this is my time to make the big bucks.
Yeah.
But I was doing freelance, like I had just started being serious at freelancing, and I needed something on the side to like justify making my videos as well. And I don't know what it was, but it launched pretty successfully. Like, I had $20 the first month, and then the second month it was up to 60.
Wow.
And then, it's just been growing pretty nicely. I mean, it goes in waves, Understandably, people can't afford to pledge anymore, which is totally fine. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of at this point now where I don't know if I should make a video about it or not. Like, about the page.
So like why you should support the channel kind of video.
Yeah. But I'm also tentative to do that because I have been not keeping up with it so well because I've been on holiday.
Yeah.
And work has been crazy for me lately, and so I'm like, I want to do that, but at the same time, I don't know if I can commit to it just yet.
Yeah, and also because from what I understand, you were working on a World of Warcraft video, that's a tall order. That is going to take a long time.
I had to put that on the back burner last night, actually. I made the executive decision to be like,
right, gotcha.
Getting sidelined for now because it was just taking too long. Like, I was 5 pages in, it was like almost 3,000 words, and I hadn't even got to what I wanted to talk about, so I was like, ugh.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that can be an ongoing thing, do a little bit at a time, and eventually it, comes together. But you're going to get burnt out if you stick on that one, man.
Yeah, exactly, which is why I was like, I need to not for now.
Yeah.
So I decided I want to do a video on Mega Man X, similar to the Star Fox and Far Cry videos, because that's another one of my favorite series.
Oh, right, nice.
Yeah.
And your videos are your longest video is 25 minutes long. They're usually around 20 minutes or so. I think like 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
There's some shorter ones. Do you have any inclination to possibly do one of those long-running videos like Joseph Anderson, Noah Gladwell Gervais, Matthew Matosis, that kind of the very, very in-depth videos, or is that not really your thing?
I would love to, and I actually tried it.
Oh, right.
So I think the longest video is the Far Cry one. And I sat down and wrote those Star Fox and Far Cry videos as like, these are my long, hour-long videos that are going to go through everything.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't do it. Like, I just don't have the chops to write for that long.
Yeah. Did you find that you're repeating yourself a lot of the time? That kind of thing? Yeah. I mean, it's much better for you to make a shorter video that's to the point than drag it out that's not necessary.
Yeah, and that was something that people used to say about my channel when I first started. Because when I first started, I made 5 to 6 minute videos. And people are like, oh, you just get straight to the point, and it's very concise. But I realized I wasn't saying much of what I wanted to be saying.
Yep.
Like I look back on those videos and I'm like, oh man, I really want to redo them now.
Oh, you could. There's I'd watch them again. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So maybe one day.
Yeah, I mean, you got the backbone of it, so it shouldn't. Could be a little side project, but
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Lovely. What are you playing? What are you playing right now? Because the videos that you discuss usually about older games, or the ones say the series like Zeldas and you're looking at Star Fox and things like that. What do you find that you're playing right now?
World of Warcraft, which is why I was going to do a video on it.
And did you play it too much, or how much?
Yes, definitely too much. So every time, this has been a running thing with my channel, every time a new expansion comes out, I make a video on World of Warcraft. Just because I play it so much, and I'm like, well, I'm playing it, so might as well talk about it.
Yeah.
Like the first one was about how it's like the new social club, like World of Warcraft and online games in general are just like these social clubs, and that's why people enjoy them.
Yeah.
Or one of the reasons why people enjoy them, I should say. And the second one was about there's a really cool raid instance in World of Warcraft that like did dynamic difficulty better than any other game I'd ever seen in my life. So I sort of made a video about dynamic difficulty based on that. And
yeah, you've got these all these videos. Is there one that if you could do again, you would? Maybe not disappointed or anything like that, but one that you look back on and think, oh, I could change this, I could change that. Maybe I didn't say this how I wanted to say it.
I've got an old one called The Language of Video Games.
Okay, is that about Braid? Does that involve Braid?
Yeah, it's got Braid in there. So I just sort of touch on three main ideas, I guess, which is why platformers run left to right.
Yeah.
Dark Souls, of course. And how that like threw conventions out the windows, but was still easily readable because of these ingrained ideas that we have about games. And I actually can't remember the last one off the top of my head. But and I would love to expand that more.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a lot more to be said.
Yeah. And so are you primarily a PC gamer then?
I am these days because I can't afford to buy a Switch.
Oh yeah, I suppose. What are you running at the moment? High-end stuff?
Now my laptop's like 3 years old at this point.
Oh, you got a gaming laptop?
Yeah. I got it because at the time I was like in the transition between like touring and making videos.
Yeah.
So I was like on the road a lot. And it's worked out because I got to take it to the States with me and make videos over there.
Okay. And what laptop is it?
It's like an HP Envy 15, I think.
Okay.
It's decent. Like I can run new games on it. It's got like a NVIDIA 850M and 16 gigs of RAM.
Oh, it's good.
So it's like it's fine. It does the job.
Yeah, I just hate the looks of gaming laptops. So like all the red and the black and the pokey out parts and everything lights
Oh yeah,
up.
it's not one of those.
Oh good.
This,
God,
this laptop wants to be a MacBook real bad.
I mean, I bought one. I bought a new one about a month or two ago because I've moved from the UK to Canada. I've got a working holiday visa, so I can stay here for a couple of years. So I thought, right, I want to play games, I want to do stuff. My laptop sucks. I need a new one, and I went for the Dell 7577. I don't know if you know that one.
Nah, sorry.
Yeah, not out of the loop. Yeah, it's good. I like it. It's nice. Low key. It's not vulgar. Which don't like that.
That's something I wanted. I didn't want to like go do like write a script or something in a cafe, and for everyone to look at me and be like, "Oh, that guy plays video games."
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine anything worse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's no subtlety to it, is there?
Yeah, no. But I'm trying to save up to buy like a proper high-end desktop PC because like work is getting pretty serious,
Hmm.
and if I want to do like some crazy stuff with music videos, I'm going to need something that can render those videos.
Yeah, in like a meaningful time as well, because they're
Yep.
releasing the 2000 series for the Nvidia graphics cards, aren't they? So you can probably pick up a 1000 series at a reduced price if you're lucky. Well, I say reduced price, maybe back to normal price if you're lucky.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm still looking at a 1060, which I think would be fine for a few more years,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
hopefully.
yeah. That's still that's a VR capable one, I think. So it's up there.
Oh, nice. I can spend another $800 on an Oculus.
Oh, good, yeah, even more money.
Yep.
Dearie me. So yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up there.
Nice.
So Mitch, thank you very much for joining us. Before we finish, do you want to tell people where they can find you, where they can follow you, where they can get your content?
Yeah, so YouTube, just heavy-eyed, one word. That stylistic choice of making it one word.
Yeah, yeah, with a capital, yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Twitter is HeavyXeyed because without the X, someone has it, and they've only got one tweet, and the account's from 2008, and it
Oh
makes me
mate,
mad every day.
is there anything you can do to get that? Like, can you not say like,
I,
can I
I
do? Can I have
spent I spent like 3 months reporting that account every day.
it?
Nothing
Oh
came of it.
god, so you report accounts and you make up controversy in your videos. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know the secret life of a YouTuber.
Oh, that's fantastic. And they can
Yeah,
also find you on Patreon as well.
yeah. Just search HeavyEyed. It's all there. And I've got a Discord. It doesn't have a special link, but if you go to my Twitter, my pinned tweet is just everything that I have.
Hmm.
That might be the best
Yeah.
best way for people to find me, I think.
Lovely. Mitch, thank you for joining us. And if you have any
Oh,
good Simpsons gifts, please send them to me because I'm an avid
oh,
fan.
absolutely. Thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.